I now call on the distinguished delegate of Sri Lanka.
Mr. President, may I congratulate Judge Donoghue, President of the International Court of Justice, for the concise but comprehensive report she presented to us this morning with regard to the work of the ICJ during the period August 2020 to July 2021. This year is especially important as the ICJ celebrated its 75th anniversary in April of this year. Sri Lanka was sad to hear of the passing of Professor James Crawford, an academic giant in the field of international law, a great friend of Sri Lanka who contributed in a large measure to the work of the ICJ. His loss can be described as one that is irreparable. Sri Lanka has also had one of its proud sons, the late Judge Christopher Gregory Weeramantri, a Sri Lankan lawyer who was a judge of the ICJ from 1991 to 2000 and served as its vice president from 1997 to 2000. Mr. President, the ICJ has promoted international law, peace, security, and justice steadfastly over the years. We commend the ICJ for standing up for international law over these turbulent times. We are pleased to hear of the judgments that have been delivered and of orders that have been handed down during the period under consideration. It is noteworthy that the ICJ held public hearings using a virtual platform or in a hybrid format in 4 cases. It is also noteworthy that the court took cognizance of contentious matters including land and delimitation and sovereignty, diplomatic missions, human rights, reparation for internationally wrongful acts, interpretation and application of international treaties, and matters concerning environmental protection. This only demonstrates the wide canvas of matters that have been taken cognizance of by the ICJ. We are pleased to observe that the court has also engaged in reviewing its own procedures concerning its internal practices by the establishment of an ad hoc committee of 3 judges to assist the court in monitoring and investigating any provisional measures it might take with regard to pruning down lengthy pleadings, annexes, and written submissions, and restricting the number of pages amongst other measures in its promotion of an efficient system of the administration of justice. There is no doubt that there is yet room for greater efficiencies to be achieved. The ICJ, Mr. President, is the only court of a universal character with general jurisdiction to decide cases regarding international law in the exercise of the sovereignty of states, and its advisory jurisdiction and opinions to the General Assembly, ECOSOC, the Trusteeship Council, and other interim committees of the UN. The Judicial Fellowship Program and the promotion of international law amongst youth is commendable and deserves all our support, as has been manifest in the trust fund that has been established by the GA. The ICJ has endeavored to maintain impartiality and has conferred legitimacy on the international legal system. We cannot, however, rest on our laurels, but must relentlessly work towards addressing the areas of contention and possible renew objectively if we are to gain the complete confidence of the international community. Finally, Sri Lanka reiterates its position of commending the ICJ as being the preeminent principal judicial organ of the UN, but would encourage the honorable judges to renew that influence with efficacy with continuous reforms in an ever-changing world with issues concerning environmental protection, terrorism, drug trafficking, and rapid globalization. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka.